Come and listen to a story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is, swimming pools, movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Chief, what's this I hear about the Children's Zoo returning a gift?
Yeah, how about that? A baby hippopotamus worth thousands of dollars, and they sent it back.
Well, I don't understand.
Neither do I. You try to do something nice for the kids, give them some pleasure, a little advice.
Advice?
Well, I didn't give them just a plain hippo. I gave them a hippo with a message.
Chief, how could you?
Now, what's wrong with that? Kids don't read enough these days.
But to turn a baby hippopotamus into a signboard.
Oh, it's only water paint it washes right off. That way, I can change the message every few days.
Uncle Milby?
Well, Milburn Drysdale is kind of cold and formal. Uncle Milby's more the real me. Warm, generous, fun-loving.
Save your pennies in a pig or save them in a cup, but bring them to the Commerce Bank or I will eat you up.
Kids love rhyme.
Oh, but Chief, that's terrible.
Well, maybe I can think of something better.
No, I mean, the whole idea is thoroughly reprehensible.
What are you talking about? I'm entitled to get something for my money.
What money? You got this animal by foreclosing on a stranded circus.
Well, what's the difference? A kid would have loved him. 1 week, we could have painted nursery rhymes on him, like, Pussycat, pussycat, where have you went? To the Commerce Bank for 5%.
Your telephone's ringing.
Oh, keep thinking of some others. Maybe the zoo director will change his mind.
Don't you worry, little hippo. I'll wash this right off.
Now, Jethro, I don't want any more arguments. I want a chicken pen, and I want it right up against Miss Drysdale's head.
Well, Miss Drysdale ain't gonna like it.
What she don't like, she can lump.
If I put the pen up against the hedge, some of the chickens will slip through and go to scratching up Miss Drysdale's flowers.
You think so?
Is you trying to provoke a scrap with Miss Drysdale?
Why, Jethro, she's my next-door neighbor. My dear friend. A lovely lady.
Well, I just hope you mean what... Hey, Granny? Hey, there's a real funny-looking critter next door.
Oh, out in the yard, is she?
I can't see too good, but it's big and fat and ugly and got a mouth like a gator.
That's my dear friend, all right.
Here, Granny, you look.
Was that your granny yelping or one of your critters?
Well, sound like Granny. Annie Mae, Ed, who is it complains when I tries to raise chickens in the back?
Miss Drysdale.
And who is it squawks when I tries to raise a cow?
Miss Drysdale.
And who is it screams to a high heaven when I try to run a goat or a sheep?
Granny, what are you getting at?
I'm getting at this. That spiteful woman has turned her backyard into a hog lot. A hog lot?
Granny, Miss Drysdale wouldn't touch a hog with a 10-foot pole.
She's got one now that she better not try to touch without a 10-foot pole. What you mean? We raised us some big porkers back home in the hills. But this hog makes a razorback look like a ground squirrel. Come on, here. Come on. Is that a hog or is that a hog?
That's a hog.
Biggest thing I ever did see.
When you yell suey at that rascal, you better not stand twixt him and a trough.
You know something? I don't think that's a big hog at all. Shh. Don't mean mouth mouth him, Ellie. I'd hate to get that hog riled. I mean, he's something else. Just better.
I wonder where Miss Drysdale got to hold him.
Ellie, run around the back door and ask her.
Granny, I think this could have come from Africa.
That must be someplace in Virginia.
Virginia?
Yeah, they raise awful big hogs there. Feed them on peanuts.
Well, there's a goober grabber if I ever seen one.
Real whopper.
Well, I still say this ain't no big hog.
What are you talking about, child? Why, that rascal is good for 300 yards of chitlins alone.
And would you look at them jowls?
Take a tub of turnip greens just to season them.
We gonna butcher him, Uncle Jed?
Well, he ain't ours to butcher, Jethro.
Oh, how I wish he was.
Well, I'm telling you, that critter ain't no butchering hog.
And I'm telling you, you're dead. That animal is standing on a pair of 200-pound hams.
And that bacon would fill a smokehouse.
Look at the size of them pig knuckles.
But listen, Ellie, you run ask Miss Drysdale where she got him, like I told you.
And while you're at it, ask her, could we buy him off her?
But, Paul...
Ellie may do as you're told. Time is a-wasting.
Uncle Jed, if you buy that rascal, he's gonna be eating high on the hog, sure enough.
High, low, and in between.
First thing I'm gonna do is send one of them hams to Lee Summit, Missouri. That Willie Marr thinks she can cure a big ham.
Granny, can't you just send her a picture? Why, you'd be giving away 1,000 ham sandwiches.
No, Jethro. Missouri is the show-me state. They gotta see it to believe it.
They could see this and still not believe it.
Granny, the maid says Miss Drysdale's back in Boston.
Do tell. What about the mister?
Well, he's down to the bank. Ain't nobody home but the maid, and she don't know nothing about this critter.
Well, nobody's home, huh? Jethro, instead of a chicken pen, you make me a hog pen. Ellie Mae, you...
Hog pen? Granny, you ain't fixing to bring this critter home.
Well, somebody's got to look after him, Jed. He's wasting away to skin and bones.
You leave him right there till I talk to Mr. Drysdale.
Well, suppose he don't want to sell him.
Well, then that's our tough luck. Come on, everybody.
Giddy up, giddy up. Come on.
Granny, I said leave that hog here.
Jed, I'm doing everything I can to keep him here. I'm even sitting on him.
Chief, I just spoke with the director of the Children's Zoo. He absolutely will not permit bank commercials on his animals.
Then I say no more zoo commercials on our money.
Zoo commercials?
Yes, did you ever hear of the buffalo nickel? What about the eagle on the quarter?
Chief, you are serious.
You bet I am. Here's a great chance to educate our little tots. Will you tell them my nursery rhyme idea?
Yes, and he doesn't consider a pussycat, pussycat, where have you went as educational.
Or what about the second line? To the Commerce Bank for 5%. That's the educational part.
Chief, give up.
I will not. I've got some brilliant stuff here. Listen to this. Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. Got a loan from Uncle Milby, now they always happy will be. And here's another one. Tom, the pauper's son.
That's the piper's son.
This kid is a pauper's son. So his old man borrows money from the Commerce Bank and strikes it rich. Oh, now, wait, here's a good one right here. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, figuring her interest rate. Along came a spider and sat down beside her and said, hey, this Commerce Bank is great. Wait. That may be the zoo director with a change of heart. Melvin Drysdale speaking. Oh, hello, Mr. Clampett. What can I do for you?
Why, Granny has just got a powerful hankering for that big fat hog of yours.
Well, I'm sorry, but she's in Boston for a week.
Don't tell him I'm hankering for it. That ain't no way to make a deal. I see somebody stuck there with a sick hog.
Sick hog?
Oh, he's in bad shape, Mr. Drysdale. His bristles have all fell out, and his tail has come on kink. Oh, I grant you he looks big and fat. But that's 'cause he's a windsucker. All bloat. Take my word for it, Mr. Drysdale. That hog is dying of the epizootic.
Oh, Granny, you must mean the hippopotamus.
I mean the epizootic. Tell you what I'll do. I'll buy him from you, just for the hide and the tallows.
Mr. Drysdale, I hope you'll forgive Granny for trying to shuck you out of your hog. We'll call you back. Bye. Granny, I am plumb ashamed of you.
What do you mean? It's always open season on drummers and city slickers.
Not when they're your next-door neighbors. You have done hurt Mr. Drysdale to the quick. I'll bet you he's fit to bust down and cry.
Granny's dying to buy that hippo. She thinks it's a big hog.
Chief, whether it's a hog or a hippo, she won't be allowed to keep it.
Oh, I know that. Eventually, she'll have to give it to the zoo, the children's zoo. And there'll be a little inspirational message on him for the kiddies. Where are you going?
Sick leave.
You're not sick.
If I don't leave, I will be.
Come out of there, doggone you.
What you doing, Granny?
Oh, hi, Jed.
Hi, what you doing?
Trying to get my rope out of the Drysdale's yard. It must have snagged on something like a root or a stump.
Or a hog.
A hog? Why, yeah. I'll bet you that's what happened. That poor starving critter probably swallowed the other end of my rope, thinking it was a big stalk of sugar cane.
You think so?
Yeah. We gotta save him, Jed. Why don't you call Mr. Drysdale, see if you can make a deal with him for that poor, sick, miserable beast.
Granny, the other end of this rope is tied around that hog's neck.
Oh, it's worse than I thought. He's trying to hang himself.
Hang himself?
Yeah. Amongst hogs, that's known as suicide.
What you been whitewashing?
The chicken house.
We ain't got no chicken house.
Well, I guess I wasted my time. Now, please, Jed, don't call Mr. Drysdale.
I'm gonna untie that hog.
No, Jed, don't go. I'll do it. Please, Jed, don't go. Wait, Jed. Don't touch that hog. You'll get the epizootic, sure as shooting.
That hog ain't got the epizootic, and you know it.
Well, he's got something that's about to kill him.
Yeah, you.
Well, whatever give you that crazy notion?
Well, let's say it's the way you got him whitewashed. We're gonna wash this hog down, and then you're gonna let him be.
Jed, I can't leave him here alone and unprotected. The wolves might get him.
Wolves?
You know how they like little pigs.
I've never seen you so bound and determined to get your hands on a critter. What is it?
Jed, all my life I've wanted to win first prize for the biggest ham at the fair. And Willie Marr always beat me out. I'm an old woman, Jed. This is my last chance. If I could just go to my grave with a blue ribbon, I'd be the happiest woman alive.
Granny, I can understand you wanting this hog, but buy him off Mr. Drysdale fair and square.
All right, Jed, I will. After all, it's only money. You can't take it with you.
That's the spirit. Now, what do you figure is a fair offer?
Well, he's our next-door neighbor and our very dear friend. How about $1.25? All right, kid. I'll go $1.30. But for that price, he's got to pull it through the hedge for me.
$1.30? Granny, that hog will weigh out at close to 1,000 pounds.
That's all hoof and hide. Why, dressed, I bet you he wouldn't go 20 pounds. I'll be lucky to break even.
Hey, Granny, give me my commission. I went around the neighborhood like you told me to and took orders on $200 worth of hog meat.
Hush. Folks is on the phone.
Pretty good price for 20 pounds, ain't it?
Well, you wouldn't begrudge a poor old widow a little profit, would you?
Mr. Drysdale? This here is Jed Clampett. Say, would you consider $200 for that hog?
$200!
That's a deal, then.
Thief with a rabbit!
Thank you, Mr. Drysdale. Bye. Granny, you can't take it with you.
Who's going anywhere? I'll have to put a lot of sawdust in my sausage to come out on that deal.
I told everybody...
You shut your big $200 mouth.
But, Granny, I told everybody you were going to come up with top-grade hickory smoked meat.
And you're right. I'm gonna cut me a piece of hickory and I'm gonna smoke your meat.
Come on, Harold. We're getting you away from here. Let's go.
Hey, Ellie, where you going with Granny's hog?
I'm taking him to the zoo because he ain't no hog.
Well, he better be a hog. I done sold $200 worth of that rascal, and I ain't even up to his spare ribs.
Well, this critter's what you call a hippopotamus.
Can you get $200 worth of bacon, pork chops, or country sausage from a hippopotamus?
No.
Then this is a hog.
No, it ain't. It's a hippopotamus.
Don't say that, Ellie. You're going to cost me a fortune. Look, I'll show you what my commission comes to on what I've sold up till now. Look at here, $200 worth of orders. Now that's 2 naught naught dot naught naught. Now I get 5%. That's dot naught 5, and I put that under the naught naught and times it. Let's see, 5 noughts is naught, 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 5 twos is 1, and a naught. Now I just add that all up and put down the knot. Hey, I made me $1,000 commission.
Oh, $200 worth of orders?
It looks like in the meat business, the money's in the selling. Hawg, I'm gonna get rich just selling your sausage.
There ain't gonna be no sausages because this here is a hippopotamus.
It might be a hippopotamus now, but it's coming out of that sausage grinder a hog.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
Ain't. It don't find me down to Ellie Mae, that hog ain't to be played with. Now you take him around back to the trough.
But, Granny, this here's what you call a hippopotamus. That's a river horse.
He ain't no horse. Now do as I told.
I mean, he likes water.
Good. Give him all he wants and a lot of dry corn. We'll fatten that rascal up to where he can't move. Come on, Jethro, drive me down to Mr. Drysdale's bank. I gotta bargain him out of that $200 price.
But Uncle Jed said it was a deal.
I say it ain't. That city banker and me is gonna do some hog haggling. Now get in.
What do you need, Granny? Ellie will take our hog to the zoo.
Ellie's gonna take him back to the trough like I told her.
But, Granny, listen.
Now you listen, child. That hog's hind leg is gonna send me to my grave a famous woman. For years they'll be talking about the Daisy Moses Memorial Ham. Right on, Jethro?
Don't you worry, Harold. Ain't nobody gonna run you through no sausage grinder. Hey, I got an idea. I know one place where Granny can't get at you. Come on.
Chief, the owner of the circus just called.
Oh, good. Did he get the bank commercial tattooed on my fat lady?
Of course not. He wants to know if you'll take a baby elephant off his hands.
No, I won't.
The Children's Zoo would love to have it.
They would, eh? Well, maybe we can work something out. Now, let's see. A nickel drop into my trunkle, draw 5% from sweet old uncle.
No, Chief, no. I have told you the Children's Zoo will not permit you to paint bank commercials on their animals.
Then they don't get the elephant. No more, Mr. Nice Guy.
Chief, listen, please. It seems that the baby hippo and the baby elephant were inseparable companions. Now the baby elephant is pining away for his friend. They should be together.
But how can they be? I just sold the hippo to the Clampetts. They think it's a big hog. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe I can tell them the elephant is a long-nosed calf. Gee!
Can we come in?
Granny, Jethro, how are you? How's that big hog?
He's too darn high. That's how he is. You hornswoggled Jed out of $200 when you sold him that puny hog.
Puny? But
Speak when you're spoke to. Now, you and me is gonna do some hog haggling.
There's no need to, Granny. You can have him free.
Oh, no. I came here to haggle, and we's gonna haggle. Now, you set a price, and I'll make an offer. Then we'll lock horns and go at it.
Granny, if he's willing to...
You listen and learn, boy. I'll show you how it's done. All right, let her fly.
I'll sell you the hog for $50.
I'll give you 10.
40.
20.
30.
40.
40.
50, and that's my last offer.
Well, all right. So,
Get him. He don't know what hit him.
Granny, he was going to sell you the hog for $30.
Didn't learn a thing, did you? I'll see if I got $50 in my reticule. You might have to carry me for part of it.
Oh, no problem. Oh, Granny, as long as we're dealing, how would you like to buy a long-nosed calf?
Oh, no. No, Chief. You are not going to sell her that.
But if she wants it?
No, I absolutely will not let you.
Jethro, you are now watching the oldest trick in the haggling business. You see, she, pretending that she wants the calf, is supposed to make me want it all the more. That's what they call chumming the sucker. Here's your money for the hog. We'll talk about the calf some other time, when your partner ain't around.
Well, I'll be right with you, Granny. Mr. Drysdale, I'm going to open up a big account with you. Yeah, I'm making money hand over fist.
Wonderful.
How you doing, Jethro?
Well, selling meat on commission. I made $1,000 already today.
What kind of meat are you selling?
Oh, hickory smoked ham, bacon, chops, ribs, you name it, I got it.
Well, then, put me down for $50 with the bacon and ribs.
I'll take $20 worth.
Hot dog. 50 and 20. Naught, fetch down the naught. 5 and 2, fetch down the 7. Times dot, naught, 5. I done made another $350.
Jethro, when do we get the meat?
Oh, quick as Granny butchers that big hog you done sold her.
What did he say?
He said, quote, quick as Granny butchers that big hog you done sold her, unquote.
I thought that's what he said. I'd better get Mr. Clampett on the phone and tell him to stop Granny.
I'll say you'd better. And if anything happens to that hippo, Uncle Milby will be Uncle Mud. Children will picket this bank. Moppets will mob you in the street. Their parents will withdraw their money.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's no answer. You don't suppose those hillbillies already have...
If they have, you had better leave town.
My hog is gone! My hog is gone! Hog zappers! Call the police! Fetch my gun! Get out of posse! Jethro, where's my hog?
Ain't he at the trough?
No, he's gone!
Oh, I done been wiped out.
I wanted to die famous.
I bet you Ellie done took the hog to the zoo.
I don't hardly think she'd do that in her swimming suit.
Swimming suit?
Yeah, she come downstairs wearing it a while back, said she was headed for the cement pond.
Like the water, don't you, Harold? Granny's scared of it, so we safe in here.
Ellie Mae's drowning my hog. Quick, Jethro, jump in and pull him out. Give him mouth-to-mouth recitation.
I ain't getting close to them jowls till he's on a plate.
He won't drown, Granny. He likes the water.
He'll shrink. His hide will pucker. Get him out of here.
Well, I ain't coming out till you promise not to butcher Harold.
She done turned him into a pet.
Forget him, Jethro. By the time he gets out of the water, he'll be ruined. There ain't no market for soggy sausage.
Granny, how's the hog? Is he all right?
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. We just giving him a bath. I tell you what, I'll trade you my big, clean hog, even up, for your dirty little long-nosed calf.
It's a deal.
Chief, both those animals are going to the children's zoo. You promised.
Oh, well, all right. Back to Mr. Nice Guy.
Mr. Drysdale, I don't want to shame you in front of nobody, but that ain't no long-nosed calf.
Thank you, Granny.
But that zoo sure is getting a prize-winning hog.
Chief, I just spoke to the director of the children's zoo, and the truck is on its way.
Fine.
The children are going to be charmed and delighted by these animals.
He's gonna like these poems, too, Mr. Drysdale.
Poems?
Yeah, he's wrote a dandy on this critter. You can give my trunk a yank if you bring your folks to the Commerce Bank.
Now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. Here.
This has been a Filmways presentation.